I need to get my mind right for this story time. What the heck? Whoa, lipstick. Do you guys ever like see a spider and then legit think that there's one on you, and like every little like scratch you get, it's like, cool, I'm infested or some shit and laid eggs in my hair. Hey kitties! So today I am back with another story time video. Okay, so this story was back in approximately 2011. Okay, so I started YouTube late 2009. I really started getting into it. Oh, that's what it is. The background's hitting my head. I think that there's a spider on my head. When I started getting sponsors, now you necessarily don't have to be paid for sponsors. Like when I first started getting sponsors, nothing was paid for. It was all just like, we're gonna send you this, can you shout out our company? It was just like that. My very first sponsor was actually used makeup. Like I didn't think it was going to be used. Besides the point, that has nothing to do with this, but I was just like super excited to get companies that wanted to do reviews with me. Like I was just very excited and honored and flattered that companies were reaching out to me. Okay, so then I get this one email, and the email is different. I'm used to companies saying like, oh, would you like to review our company, pick stuff out on our website and email us back. This wasn't like that. This email said, we really enjoyed your Hello Kitty collection and want to talk to you about an opportunity to be on TV with your Hello Kitty collection, basically. And at that time, this was a long time ago, obviously 2011, I did a Hello Kitty collection and it wasn't massive. I have now like probably quadrupled that amount. If you guys want to go watch that video, it's like super old school, but that's kind of why I'm making this video now. I will be doing a Hello Kitty collection because I do have the space now once it's all set up. I don't know when, I haven't started setting it up, but when I do and I complete it, I'll 100% do it. I'm hoping in the next few months here, I will do that, set it up and make it amazing, but it will happen. That was the opportunity that I got, and I was just like, whoa, what is this? And at the bottom of the email, there is, when you get an email, you can put a little signature like Pig Sparkles or Brienne or whatever your name is. But this was like a logo and a phone number and address and everything like that of a legit television network, and a big one. And I was like, oh my God, this is actually this network. And his email was at like blah 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 at, and then the television network. So I was like super excited. I went and told my mom right away and a few close people in my family, and I just said like, hey, what do you think of this? Like, should I do it? And they said that they wanted to jump on a call with me. So I said sure. After I asked some people in my life, they were like, yeah, do it, like that's so exciting, good for you. And I was just like, what? Because I only had gotten like little like makeup and jewelry sponsors, so I had never had anything like this, and I didn't think anything with like television would happen with my YouTube channel. So I said yes, I'll get on the call. The guy phoned me. He was super sweet and nice and relatable, and he said that he loved my channel, he loved my personality, and that they were working on a show that was a spin-off of a big show that they did, and they were working on another show based on that other show. I don't want to give the name of the show, but you guys can probably guess what show it is right now, because I don't want to like call them out. You know what I mean? But this is 100% true story in what happened. This guy was like, we really like your personality. We want you to maybe, because they didn't say we wanted you to be on this show. No, they were like, we're in pre-casting or whatever, and we want to see different people that are on the internet who have collections and want to showcase them. And we came across yours, and you have a good collection, you have a great personality, and we thought that you might be a great fit. So would you want to work with us? And they told me about their past shows and their big network and all of that, and they said that they would have a camera crew come to my house and film my collection. And I was like, oh my God, like I don't have a lot. Like if you guys watch that video, I didn't have a lot of things back then, but I was just like, yeah, like that sounds amazing. So he said to me that he will put me into contact with a casting agent from their company to see if they like me, because he really liked me and he wanted to go on to the next step. And I was just like all like peaches and smiles and happy, because I never thought like anything like this would have happened. He said to me, write down these questions and think about them, because that's what this guy will talk to you about. And they were, what is the craziest, like weirdest, craziest thing you have in your collection? Strangest, weird, strange, and craziest thing you have in your collection. And also, what is something that's like your dream item to put in your collection? And I was like, okay, I don't need to write those down. Like those are pretty straightforward. I can just think of them. And then he said, Kate, well, we'll set up a call within the next few days here. And then that happened. The call came and I was like, oh my God, this is like a casting agent, like LA. Like I was just like, oh my God. Like, very, very nice again. And then he's like, tell me about yourself. So I told him about myself, what I did, who I was, where I lived, and if I was interested in television and all of that. And I was like, I'm so interested in television. Like, that's awesome. Thank you for this opportunity. What are some things you have in your collection? I was like telling him, and he said, when did you start collecting? Why do you like Hello Kitty? Like just generic things. And then the questions started getting a little weirder. What is my weirdest, craziest, strangest item that I have in my collection? And I said, you know what? I don't really have anything weird or strange or crazy because all I have is like stuffed animals and toys and like stickers and binders and stuff like that. Like nothing's crazy. It's like purses and shit. And then you could tell that they didn't really like that response. He was just like, oh, okay, well, if you had to choose something. And I was like, well, if I had to choose something, it would be my tattoo. And they were like, oh my God, tattoo, would you be willing to show that on camera, close-ups, would you be willing to talk about it? And I'm like, yeah, like it's cool, like I have a tattoo, like whatever. So when I told him that I had clothing items of Hello Kitty, he asked me if I would be willing to dress up in everything that I had that was Hello Kitty and dress up like her and like paint my face like her and just kind of, I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, that would be cool. He kept saying, like, because you're a crazy, crazy collector, would you ever do? And I kept saying, like, I'm not a crazy collector. Like, it's like they were trying to paint me as this psycho, oh my God, like I love Hello Kitty so much, because he's like, would you dress up like her? Would you show your tattoo? Would you like paint your face like her? And like, because you're so crazy and a collector. And back then, like right now, like I'm a crazy person, like I show who I am. But back then I was just like, oh yeah, this is a collection. I wasn't like, ah, like that, like how I am now. So I wasn't like crazy back then. You guys, you know what I'm trying to talk about. I was kind of like mellow back then. It just seemed like they were trying to make me somebody that I wasn't. And then he said, what is your dream item that you want in the collection? And I said, I've thought about this and it is 100%, because I saw this at Pine and Fancy all the time back then. It was a toaster, it was Hello Kitty, but it toasted Hello Kitty's face on your toast. And I was like all about that, and that's what I told him, like that's what I really, really want, is because it's amazing. And then he said to me, okay, well, would you be willing, oh, I see the sparkles shining off the window, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like Christmas out there, it's snowing. Would you be willing to have us come to your house, film, like have a camera crew, he said the same thing the other guy did, and place certain big ticket items around your room or wherever we're gonna showcase this to kind of amp up your collection? Those are the words he used. And I said, oh, like, what do you mean? He goes, like, bring that toaster, like, is your dream item, some other big ticket items. I can't remember what he said, and I don't want to, like, guess, but they were, like, bigger items that, like, I couldn't afford, especially back then working at Value Village. I didn't like the idea, so I just went, okay. Like, not like, oh, okay, like, okay. What's the craziest thing you've done for Hello Kitty? Like, he was just, all the things were like crazy and weird and strange and out there. And then I said to him that, you know what, like, I just collect like little Hello Kitty things. I really like who she is, like what she represents, I guess, like friendship and happiness and colors and being yourself and just like cutesy things. Like that's why I like Hello Kitty, and I don't feel comfortable putting things in my collection that aren't my collection. I said, because I have a video like you saw, like that's why you're contacting me on YouTube, sharing my whole collection, and when people watch then the episode, if it gets aired, if you guys like me or whatever, then they're gonna say, oh, well, where's this and this and this in your collection, and where is it now? Like, can we see it? And I said, you know, like, I don't really like that, like, kind of fakeness. And he did get a little, like, taken back when I said fakeness, and he said, no, like it's fine, like that's just like TV and that's what happens, and like it's fine. Ah! Oh my God, 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 oh my God.
You okay?
No.
It's just me. Sorry.
Did you kill the spider?
Yeah.
You got him? You saw him
it
in
was
the shoe?
tiny.
In the shoe?
It was climbing up the baseboard.
It was in the shoe.
Well, it crawled out of the shoe.
We'll go in the shoe.
How big was it?
Told you there guys, there was a spider. I was saying that all in here. He was very taken back when I did say fakeness, and I didn't mean to sound rude, but he was basically telling me to be somebody I'm not, say things that I wouldn't say, and telling me to like amp up the collection and how crazy I am for Hello Kitty. Like, he blatantly said to me, emphasize your love for Hello Kitty and how much you're obsessed with her. And I said, I'm not obsessed. Like, can we just tone it back? Like, I know I have the tattoo, and I know how you guys can, like, you know, kind of play on that, but I'm not obsessed. Like, I just love what she represents. I basically need some time to think about this opportunity. It just made me feel uncomfortable for them to just kind of like take my YouTube video and see it as like an opportunity for them to get views, or to take somebody's collection and make them seem like a crazy, obsessed fan. You know, it left a bad taste in my mouth, so to speak. I told them I would contact them back, and thank you so much for the opportunity, and they were so nice to me, and thank you for like thinking of me and everything. So then I talked to people in my life, and the people that I told about this, one person in particular said to me, do it. Like, it's a great opportunity, do it. And everyone else who I talked to were like, no. And by the way, because I said I talked to my mom about it, it wasn't my mom that was that one person. She was like, no, like, they're like fake and shady, like, don't do it. But the one person was like, yeah, do it. Like, it's a great way to get exposure and stuff. And I said, yeah, but they wanted me to like lie and be fake and have things in my collection that I don't have. And they want me to like put on this fake personality and be like, ooh, overgenetic, and like, oh, look, I have a tattoo, I'm a crazy person. Like, no thanks. And then the person was like, oh, well, you're gonna lose this opportunity and now you're not gonna be on TV. And I'm like, so? Like, so what? So I had emailed the guy back and I said, thank you very much for everything, but I'm gonna have to pass because I just don't feel comfortable having things that I don't have in my collection being on there, and it just doesn't feel right to me. And good luck with your show, and I hope it does what you are looking for, and thank you again, and bye. And that's one thing about me: when there's something really exciting in my life, I get very happy quickly, and I immediately be like, oh my god, and like tell people. And that has gotten me in trouble a lot of times, like with lying in that video that I brought out with you guys saying coming clean with all my lies. I forget what the video is, but a lot of those things in that video were my fault. Not all of them, but a lot of them were, because I get very much happy about something that's either in the very early stages. I get super happy and like tell everyone about it, and then if it falls through, like the house, for instance, like the house is good now, we're in the house now, but I was like, ooh, I want a new house, we're getting a new house, and then like it didn't happen, so then people were like, oh, you're a liar, and then it happened again. That opportunity, a lot of the family members were like, oh, well, aren't you supposed to be on TV? And I'm like, no, I turned it down because of these reasons, and they very much respected me for the reasons why I turned down the TV appearance. So that's something that I've been working on since that lying video, is when something presents itself to me, I'm gonna wait until it's either for sure or, you know, like almost for sure to let you guys know. And I've been doing very well with that because there's a lot of opportunities that are happening in my life right now, and I'm like zipped until I can let you guys know about them. And I feel like that's a really good way to go about things, even though like it's just really exciting when you get an opportunity and you just want to share it with everyone you love. Like, I love you guys, so I want to share it. You know, if it doesn't work out, then you look like the bad guy. That's my first piece of advice with the story time. My second one is always stay true to yourself. Don't do something just for the money, the fame, the television time, the 15 minutes of fame, whatever it is. Do not do it for the wrong reasons. If you are doing something that's gonna make you look like somebody who you're not and what you're not about, do not do it. You never know what could have happened with that if I went on the TV. Maybe somebody would have discovered me. You have no idea what the possibilities could have brought. And that's what people see and think a lot of the times when they go on TV. But honestly, I wasn't even willing to take that chance because that's not who I was. I want people to see who I am and take me from that. So that's another big thing that I want you guys to take from this. And another thing is, not everything you see on TV is true. There are a lot of things that are true and real, but a lot of things are edited and mashed up into making it for ratings, basically. So if they wanted me to be like crazy and oh my god, look at all her stuff, look at all this crap, and look at, oh my god, she looks like that, like she's dressed up like her, like she walks around like that in her daily life. It's basically for ratings and it will benefit them. But just know that not everything you read or see or read in YouTube comments or on different websites or on TV or on news stories, magazines, everything like that, not all of it is true. And you just need to take everything in a grain of salt and just look at the bigger picture and know for yourself and deep within, like, oh, is this really true or is it not? Also, there were 2 YouTubers who I watched back then who had like crazy collection-y things. Or not, they weren't even crazy, they were like just like regular collection things that they uploaded. Like, his collection videos were quite trendy back then in like 2010, 2011. And they went on these shows and were casted for these shows and then made like kind of review videos of that show, and they said that they edited it in a way that made them seem like not themselves. I'm not joking you. And I was like, wonder what show that was. I wonder who you talked to. Like, cool, I'm glad I didn't do it, because that's exactly the vibes I was getting too, girl. Like, I'm just happy with being with you guys, and I know that you guys are there for me. If you guys have any story times like this, were you guys ever on TV? Did somebody ever make up something about, or like enhance things about you on TV for the ratings? Or did anything like this happen with you or somebody you know? Let us know down below. So I'm very glad I turned it down, because that shit ain't me. I love Hello Kitty, but I'm not obsessed with her. Stay true to who you are, and you guys are all worth it, and know deep in here, you got a lot to offer, and don't just settle. Love you guys. Mwah!